Hello, good morning everyone. I know that mostly people in here have a cousin. Well, I do have. But unfortunately, his life was a little bit out of control. His family was very complicated. And I was very surprised when I found out that my cousin, which was a high school student, sacrificed his health over unwanted things. He allowed his body to die slowly because of one thing. It's cigarette. Anyway, talking about cigarette, it just reminds me that technology is developing and creating a new way to consume cigarette. Well, there is a debatable statement that states vaping with e-cigarette is better than smoking with cigarette. Well, they who support that idea say that e-cigarette doesn't contain tobacco and it can help people to quiet from smoking. However, I will make you guys to follow my lead, which I object that statement because vaping with e-cigarette will make new generation addicted to it, causes a serious health and explosion. Okay, before we talk more further about it, I know that you guys have been familiar about traditional cigarette and then smoking. But do you guys know what vaping and e-cigarette are? Okay, let me explain about it. That e-cigarette or electronic cigarette is battery-powered devices that heat liquid into aerosol vapor for inhalation. And then vaping is the act of using that e-cigarette. Okay, just let it slide and move to the first point that say vaping with e-cigarette will make new generation addicted to it. Because of many people say that e-cigarette doesn't contain tobacco, it makes new generation or teenagers decided to use that thing. Well, it's true that e-cigarette doesn't contain tobacco. But e-cigarette contains nicotine, which is very harmful and addictive. It's more addictive than traditional cigarette. And according to Humberto Choi MD, a pulmonary medicine specialist at Cleveland Clinic, said that teenagers are more at risk to this nicotine because of their brains are still developing. And it makes them to carve it even more. That's why teenagers are easily to get addicted by it. And beside it, through this point, it can also break the statement that say e-cigarette can help people to quiet from smoking. In fact, they don't quiet from smoking. They just move to another problem, which is vaping, which make them more addicted. Or easy to say, they just change their hobby or their habit from smoking to vaping, and that's not deeper. That is very useless. Okay, just move to the second point that say e-cigarette causes a serious health. Well, you know that when smoking causes a heart disease and then a cancer, well, vaping is not that different. I mean, like, there is a CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, confirmed that vaping related to that and over 450 possible cases of lung illness associated with this e-cigarette. And besides that, there is a scientist at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School for Public Health found that e-cigarette leaks toxic coil which associated with health problem, which make that related about kidney disease and then respiratory irritation. And have you heard the news? In this 2019, in this year, on October, especially in New York, there was a 17 years old boy. He was confirmed as the first boy to die because of vaping related to the respiratory illness. That's right, my friend. E-cigarette is very dangerous for your health. And the last point is that, explosion can be caused by vaping with e-cigarette. How come? Well, as we know that e-cigarette is an electronic cigarette, and by using the electronic cigarette, it used by inhaling through our mouth, and that is very risky. It can explode in your mouth or in other body parts. Just like Austin, a 17 years old boy from Nevada. He had to rush to the hospital because e-cigarette exploded in his mouth and made him to stay at the hospital for a couple of weeks with a loss of teeth and a broken jaw and mental breakdown. So my friends, I know that technology is something that we can avoid, but must we sacrifice our life with this kind of technology? Well, you better stay away from it, because the point from all of this convincing argument is to make you not to use or try this kind of e-cigarette or traditional cigarette. You just better stay away from it, because I know right that it is very dangerous. This kind of technology that involves cigarette on it, it can make you addicted and then lead you to suffer a serious health. And if you are unlucky enough, you will face your death faster than ever. Well, once again, don't sacrifice your life over unworthy things. You better stay away from it. You better stay away from this kind of technology that can make you die. So I'm Dear Rainy, signing off.